What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. It is July 30th and the second last day of the month. We're almost done with the month of July, and I might make it for my first ever profitable month. We're really close. It might be it. Today was pretty good. Let's go. Just let me organize my window. Alright, so today was pretty good. We made 28 bucks here trading BLNK. This one I only traded pre-market just because I was like by chance just watching it as soon as the news dropped. It kind of had news once, and then another news drop happened, and then it really popped it, so I got in for that. But kind of butchered it because I've never traded pre-market before, and I didn't realize how low the liquidity was, so my hotkeys were like giving me really bad fills. So I had a good trade, but I ended up messing up the execution there. And then making the bulk today on TAOP. I was actually down $10 on this for my first trade, so I made all that back plus 27, so that is pretty awesome. I'm hyped on that today. So we'll start from in chronological order here at 8:45 a.m. Here is BLNK, and you can see here that, let me just anchor this, doesn't want to go. Okay, so for some reason, there it is. Okay, so you can see here, partnership of Blink Charging and Nissan. They have just a partnership basically for their charging company to expand charging in Greece. So that dropped right there, as you can see, at 8:45, and this was the candle right there at 8:45. So I was kind of watching this thing, it was fading, and then it had this huge pop. So I decided to take a few scalp trades on it. My first entry was at 12.11 with 25 shares, and I'm not going to switch to a 1-minute chart because it messes it up, but it popped up a bunch here to like 12.50, and I went to go sell, and it slammed back down, and I actually sold it for a loss of like 3 cents, 2 cents I mean. That was weird, and then I realized that the liquidity is way different pre-market than on the open. And then I went in again for a bit more of a scalp here. Got in at 12.40 and sold at 12.51, and then that made me back all my commissions plus that loss, and then up 65 cents. So didn't touch it after that initial sort of spike. I knew that it was pretty good luck that I happened to be sitting here right when that news dropped, and that I probably shouldn't overstay my welcome on this little trade here. And then what happened was didn't take any more trades until 10:21 market time on TAOP. So BLNK or Blink is a EV charging stock, and then TAOP is a cloud-based platform. And this one wasn't actually a gapper this morning. It pretty much had like a neutral open, and then just started ripping. So the scanners caught it. A lot of the gappers I had on watch this morning just completely faded, so didn't trade any of those. But as you can see, it rips up here, and then it makes this this high here at 8:44. So I went ahead and marked that out, and pulls back. And where did I enter? Okay, so this is the first trade here. It was a trade line VWAP cross setup. So went in here at 10:21 with 25 shares, anticipating this thing to have a volume spike and for the VWAP to hold and the trade line to continue upwards. However, that one didn't work out, and I ended up stopping out right away when we broke below the trade line. I kind of chased this candle when it popped up, which I didn't like, but I stopped out quick and stuck to the plan, and I'm pretty happy. And that was the $10 loss there. So buying at 707, selling at 653, that made me lose 10 bucks. Remained level-headed, much better than yesterday. And then this thing kind of did like a fake out below VWAP, and then pulled right back up above VWAP, had a huge surge in volume, so I decided to get in again here at 7:30 with 25 shares again, and I sold. I got like a very, very top tick here at, here, no, I'll just go to the 1-minute chart. Okay, so here we go. So this is my entry on the first one, stop out a little early on that one, but I also should have waited more. I was hoping something like this was happening. As you can see, we formed this sort of triangle here, and I thought that that was the breakout, but I got faked out, so I stopped out quickly manually before the VWAP stop out liquidation drop that I've unfortunately got caught in a few times, which that's why I like getting out before that, because lots of people put their stops below VWAP, so when it hits it has this huge drop and you don't want to be in for that. Anyways, it drops down but then picks right back up, has this huge volume candle, so I decided to, this one closed, opened here, dropped down, and then went, and as it was ripping back up I got in there for another 25 shares. And I actually like top ticked this candle almost perfectly. You can see the highs 8.11, and okay, not perfectly, but when I was going to sell, I had a sell order out for $8 and I only got filled 4 shares, and then I had to re-enter it there to fill me out the other 21 shares. And that one was a really nice trade. I think that got me out of the hole and I got up like $3 on it. So I was kind of like a break-even range for the day, so that gave me some confidence that today wasn't going to be the 3rd red day in a row. Really good feeling. So I had, this one had nice volume. It broke up above that high there. I don't actually remember what I did here, so it's going to be a surprise for me too. Okay, I think I must have went for a lunch break at this point or something. Oh no, okay. Oh, beauty trade here. So yeah, I waited for this thing to pump above this high here, and then I bought the SR flip right here, buying in there at 865. Is that where I bought in? Yeah, bought in there at 865 for 25 shares, and then sold on the rip there. Yeah, sold on the rip up here, took off half at 9.14, and then took off the other half there at 9.52. And then that one I think netted me up like $20 on the day, so I was pretty hyped. Another really good trade here. So this is the VWAP. So there's 3 setups in this picture here. First one is, you know, a bit of a triangle setup, a squeeze setup. So we got the that could be considered like a bullish pennant almost right here. That one faked out, and then we had the VWAP reclaim setup here. That one worked out, and also an SR flip play right here. So 3 setups in one here, going 2 for 3 on them, which is pretty nice. And then we took a big break for the rest of the day. I remember I went for lunch at this point now, and this thing continued ripping up a bit higher. We didn't capitalize on any of this move. Found a top here at 15. And then as you can see, when it went into the afternoon, it pretty much consolidated pretty nicely. So what I'll do is I'll take away that line. We don't need that. I'll keep this is the high here. You want to keep this one on watch. And we'll keep the ultimate high here. And then you can see as we went into lunch hour, this thing started to form like a really big triangle, a big TTG triangle, just like that. And you can see, you know, it's breaking, it's going, and I actually ended up getting long right here. Only 10 shares, just because I was really, you know, that was a kind of like a tier 1 tester feel on this one, because it technically hadn't broke out yet, but I had a good feeling that if it did break out, it would be pretty quick. And also I could manage my risk easily because VWAP and that line for this initial kind of resistance level was lining up really nicely right here. So I held with my stop loss being below here. Was probably going to try and get out before the huge rip. But then it ended up popping and I just sold here on the rip. So in at 11.07, out at 11.96, and then that one gave me another around $10 to make me up around 30 on the day. You can see 31.14 on that stock alone, which is really, really nice. So then I sold it all here, and I had the intention of buying back on a pullback, except this thing didn't ever really continue. As you can see, we made sort of like a triple top at 12.51 here, and then resistance here, and right here I was hoping we could break through this and then break through 12.50 and it would pump up, and my plan was to buy a pullback to 12.50 with my risk around 218, but we never ended up getting that, and this thing just kind of crapped out because I think the reason it crapped out is it just never had any sort of breakout volume down here. Yeah, and then it just sold off the rest of the day. So that was the day. Yeah, not bad. Once again, up there, 28 bucks on the day from being down, so I'm pretty hyped. It's not my third red day in a row, and I might have a chance, if I can have a similar day like today, to make my first ever profitable month. So that would be pretty exciting. I'll see what I can do tomorrow. That's all, guys. See you tomorrow. Adios.